everyone, welcome back. It's the Louis Vuitton Princess, and I think we finally made it, guys. I never know for sure when I film these because I have so many things, but I think we've made it to the end. I have confirmed that unfortunately there is one item missing. It is my Louis Vuitton Crazy and Lock bracelet. I cannot find it. My guess is it's probably like in one of my jewelry boxes. Maybe it fell in between the couch cushions. Maybe I threw it inside one of the bags. I don't know. But that is the one item I have not been able to locate, and I'm like kind of sad about it, to be honest. But I didn't really wear it a lot in the first place, and I've sort of just resolved myself to, like, if I end up not being able to find it, I'll just buy another one because they're not that expensive anymore. But anyways, so I think other than that, we have made it to the end. So if you have stuck around with me this long, thank you so much. If you are just jumping in here, this is part 5 of my entire Louis Vuitton collection. There are 4 other parts that you can check out that are all uploaded on my channel currently. So let's dive right in. So over this journey, I have shown you guys tons of limited edition, rare Louis Vuitton items. I have shared my collection that I have built with you guys over just a little bit under a decade. And so as always, if you're interested in seeing more of my collection, please head over to Instagram and follow me at the Louis Vuitton Princess. And if you'd like to shop, consign, or source with me, feel free to follow Shop LV Princess. So let's wrap it up. We're going to start this out with a bang since this is our last part, and we're going to start with one of the ultimate unicorn bags, and it is the Louis Vuitton Sprouse Aquarelle Watercolor Speedy 35. So this bag I actually purchased this past summer, and as you can see, it is absolutely just immaculate. This is the bag that I spent the most money on. Sorry, I got distracted because there's like some debris on the bottom that I was feeling. This is the bag that I spent the most money on. I paid $22.50 for this bag. This is the most I've ever spent on a handbag, but it's like, as you can see, 100,000% worth it. This was a very special treat that I got for myself. And I always tell the story of, like, I wanted a bag and I decided I was gonna buy one of my unicorn bags. And so it's like, I decided I was either gonna buy a unicorn bag or like something new. So I had a budget of $2,500. I went to the Louis Vuitton store, and again, it's always the whole thing of people always say like, oh, you don't buy new, you buy everything pre-loved, whatever. And it's because there's nothing new that speaks to me. Like, prices have gotten so high that just like basic baseline bags that a couple years ago would have been like $1,000, maybe $1,200, $1,300 are now like $2,400. Nothing impressed me. I went to the store, I looked at everything they had. Nothing impressed me. So, you know, I was honestly really sad. I even went over to Gucci and looked all through Gucci. And again, there were some really cute pieces at Gucci. Honestly, cuter pieces at Gucci than at Louis Vuitton. But again, I still had to ask myself the question of like, is this worth spending over $2,000? Because people who follow me on Instagram know $2,000 is like my max budget. Again, obviously not because I can't afford to spend it, but because I just have a really hard time spending over $2,000 for a bag. Like, it's really a mental thing. Like, it's like if I'm pushing the $2,000 mark, I'd rather book like a really nice trip, or, you know, I'd rather do something special for people around me. Like, there's just a lot more I'd rather spend $2,000 on than just like one item. So I don't have too many bags that really push that dollar amount. There's this one and my Damier Paillettes Speedy, which I showed before. Those are the only two that really push that upper thousands, $2,000, and this one going over. but I was willing to pay over. And if you're familiar with this bag, you know that these are very rare. And as you can see, this one is in extremely good condition, pretty much just lived in a dust bag. These are extremely rare, and this is the 35 size, not even just the 30 size. So this is the mother load of Louis Vuitton unicorns. So as you probably know, these bags usually sell closer to $3K on the resale market, so $22.50 was a really good deal. And when I found it, I absolutely had to jump on it, even though it was slightly at the top of my budget. You're just not going to find a deal like that. So the next piece is my Louis Vuitton Wapiti. This was a piece I eyed for a long time, and they were always really expensive. So I was very patient. I was a patient hunter until I found one that was in the budget I wanted. So I paid $3.99 for this Wapiti, a very, very good price. These typically sell for in the $600, $700 range. And another big thing for me with the Wapiti is a lot of times the Wapitis have a lot of chipping and wear. As you can see, this one does not have a whole lot of chipping and wear. And a lot of times you'll see people selling the Wapitis and they don't include the wristlet strap. And the wristlet strap, as you can see here, is in excellent condition. No stains or anything. The leather is still very much so rigid. So very good condition piece. And I mean, that's just like a pet peeve I have. I hate when people do that, when they sell Louis Vuitton items and it's like, oh, they'll keep the wrist strap or they'll keep the Pouchette or whatever. Like, it's just really irritating. So that was another big thing for me when looking for the Wapiti, is I wanted it to have the wristlet strap and I wanted it to be in good shape. And my budget was $400. So I came in right underneath of it. The next piece I'm going to show you, I purchased last summer as well. Again, it was kind of the summer of unicorns for me. This is my Louis Vuitton Catagram Bandeau. So earlier I showed you guys my Catagram Kirigami from the Grace Goddington collection. And this is the Bandeau. This Bandeau also needs to be de-wrinkled, but I'll do that another time. And again, none of the bags from that collection really spoke to me. Like, they made the Speedy and the Neverfull. Neither of those really spoke to me. But I really am a cat and dog lover, and this was just such a unique Bandeau. I really wanted one. I put off buying one for a really long time because, again, these were also really expensive. And for some reason, it's like slipping my mind what I paid for this one. I think I paid like, I want to say like $3.99 for it. It was still pretty pricey, but again, $3.99 for these is still a pretty decent price. These are very hard to come by, so they typically sell for quite a bit more. The next piece I'm going to show you guys is one of my absolute positive favorites. It is my Louis Vuitton Kusama Papillon 30, and this is a newer model Papillon, so it has the really nice outer pocket, which kind of blends here, but you can see it, and the longer shoulder straps. So I really, really love the Papillon. It's one of my favorite bag styles, the sort of barrel bag, and I'm a big Kusama fan. So this was a bag that I bought. I paid $1,100 for it. It was pricey, but it was very worth it for me because I am a very, very big Kusama fan, and everyone who knows me knows that yellow is my favorite color. So anytime I can own a yellow limited edition Louis Vuitton bag, I'm absolutely going to do it. The next piece I'm going to show you guys is my Louis Vuitton Atoll Sarah wallet. So I showed you guys my Atoll Shopper GM. This is the matching wallet. This was another one of those pieces that I encountered for very cheap. I purchased this wallet for I think like $115. It was a very cheap find for me. And so I purchased the wallet before I even purchased the bag, but I'm really glad I purchased the bag too because they're a really nice little pair. The next item I'm going to show you guys is my Louis Vuitton clay in Multicolor Noir. So I have the Blanc and the Noir clay. This clay, I believe I paid like, I want to say like $200 for. It was on the cheaper end for these. Very good find. It's not as in good condition as my Multicolor Blanc, but it is still very beautiful and I still like it quite a bit. So very, very pretty. And it was just kind of part of completing my multicolor collection. You know, I went through these phases where like I brought a lot of multicolor, I sold a lot of multicolor, and then in my final sort of phase, I decided I wanted to buy a lot of it back. So and just sort of for the sake of completion, it's like if I'm gonna have a Blanc clay, I want a Noir clay. And speaking to that, this is my Multicolor Noir Bandeau. So again, I had a Blanc Bandeau. I really wanted a Noir Bandeau. I purchased this Bandeau for $1.99. So again, a very good price. These are quite pricey these days, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm glad I decided to get it, even just for the sake of completing my collection. And this one's also in really good condition. Next piece I'm going to show you is my Louis Vuitton clay. I purchased this for $100 a few years back. Nothing super special about it. It's just a regular old clay. But, you know, now that clays are running like, I don't even keep track anymore, but like I think they're running like close to 300 by now, if not more, after the most recent price increase. I'm very happy with my little $100 clay. And I mean, it's not in perfect condition, but I mean, hey, I still think it's in pretty good shape and very, very affordable. I use this as another sort of card holder. The next piece I have, this is another one of those pieces that I had to rebuy because I was a Dumbo and I'm kind of sad about it, is my Louis Vuitton Pouchette. This is my bucket Pouchette from the Louis Vuitton series collection. So this goes in my little series bucket. Again, this is sort of a fact that a lot of people don't know, but the Louis Vuitton Pouchettes come in multiple sizes. There is the Louis Vuitton mini Pouchette, the Louis Vuitton bucket Pouchette, the Louis Vuitton Pouchette accessories, and the Louis Vuitton Pouchette accessories NM. So there are quite a few sizes. This is a bucket Pouchette. It's slightly bigger than the mini Pouchette. It also has a slightly different clasp, and this is the series version, so it has the little pretty cherries. Again, this is another one of those where I was a Dumbo because I actually had one of these that I bought very cheap many years ago, and I sold it like a Dumbo. And so rebuying this piece, I think, ran me about $4.50. It was not cheap, but it was reasonable, I'd say, especially seeing this one is in very, very good, like new condition. The next piece I'm going to show you guys is my Louis Vuitton Sarah wallet in Multicolor Blanc. I purchased this piece for $1.99 a few years back. Very, very beautiful and pretty, and it even has my little Speedy stickers. Really love this piece, beautiful condition, and I purchased this one from Japan. Again, I got this really cheap. Like, these do not sell anything close to this anymore. I'm honestly really shocked for how cheap I got this for, especially seeing the condition. I mean, the condition is beautiful. There's basically no chipping or wear or anything. The next piece I'm going to show you guys is my Louis Vuitton Bel Air PM. I really love the Bel Air. I really wanted a little monogram crossbody, and for some reason the Bel Air really stood out to me. It's kind of a predecessor to the Pouchette Matisse, and as you guys know, I'm very anti Pouchette Matisse just because they age horribly. So when people always ask me, like, what's a cheaper, better quality alternative to the Pouchette Matisse, I always tell them the Bel Air PM. So I believe I paid like somewhere between like $4.50 and like $4.80, something like that is what I paid for this bag. But this is a vintage piece. Mine is in very good condition. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it came with the shoulder strap. And this is a very good alternative to the Pouchette Matisse. If you just want sort of a little monogram crossbody, it's a really good option. The next piece I'm going to show you guys is a newer piece. You can find it in my unboxings here on YouTube, and this is my Louis Vuitton Papillon Cherry Blossom 26. So again, this is a newer item of mine. I paid, I think, $11.25 for this one. I paid $10.25 for this one. I paid $10.25 for this one. It's in absolutely beautiful condition. People who follow me on Instagram are honestly probably tired of seeing it because I've posted it a lot lately. It's honestly just such a beautiful, beautiful bag. And these are just beautiful. Again, these are sort of rare to find in super good condition these days because these are older pieces. The next item I'm going to show you guys I'm not even gonna lie to you, this one makes me a little mad, like, every time I pick it up, just because, like, I paid a lot of money for it. This is my Louis Vuitton heart coin purse in multicolor monogram Blanc. So I have my monogram version of this. This is the multicolor Blanc. There are a lot of heart coin purses. Most of them are actually vernis. The only canvas ones, to my knowledge, are the multicolor and the monogram. Both of them are a bit harder to come by, and especially harder to come by in good condition. I paid way too much for this piece, like probably close to $600, which is like sort of absurd. But it's like, again, I kind of just take a deep breath because it's like I brought my monogram version and I only paid $200 for it. And that one's actually rarer than this one. So it's like I paid $200 for that one. I paid $600 for this one. That's $800. Split it in half. It's like $400 a pop. So it's like, I mean, fine. But I absolutely love this piece, and I paid a super high price for it because it was in such good condition and it has my favorite color placement. So again, it's like color placements get you caught up with Louis Vuitton, you know? It's like a lot of times I end up buying things just because I like the color placement and I'm willing to pay more for that placement. This is my Louis Vuitton Pouchette accessories in Cherry Blossom. I purchased this some years back. I purchased this from a friend, so I paid $4.25 for it, which is a really, really good price for this piece. These sell around $800 and sometimes even higher these days, and this one's in beautiful condition. So another really good find. The next item I'm going to show you guys is another one of my super rare Louis Vuitton items, and it is my Louis Vuitton Multicolor Monogram Noir Sac Dalmatian, and this is a very rare bag. I purchased this, or this was actually a gift. So my parents got me this for graduation. It is the only Louis Vuitton bag my parents have ever brought me, and I think even then I still helped pay for it. But this is my Louis Vuitton Sac Dalmatian. It's super pretty, and I'm really glad I brought this bag. This is a super rare bag, and it has the placement that I like, very prominent. And I only paid $700 for this bag, which is sort of insane because these are super rare and super highly coveted. You often see these bags selling for over $2K, sometimes even $3K, so $700 was a really good price, and it did come with a clochette. I just don't usually wear it with the clochette, so I took it off. The next piece I'm going to show you guys is another one of my super great finds. It is my Louis Vuitton Charlene Multicolor Blanc GM. This is the largest size Charlene. Like you see, I have to like sit really far back just to even show you guys. This is the largest size Charlene. It comes in the PM, MM, and GM. This is the GM. There were not a ton of multicolor totes made and just like large multicolor bags made, and this was one of them. I purchased this bag for $400. Insanity. These in this condition, because as you can see, the patina is insanely light. The patina is extremely light. There's no major marks or stains or wear or anything like that. So I purchased this bag for $400, which is absolute insanity. This is actually the second Charlene GM I've had. I had one that I brought a long time ago, and it was not in the best condition. I ended up selling it, and then I pretty much regretted it instantly. But it was a blessing in disguise because I ended up finding a nicer one. This is my Louis Vuitton Kusama Speedy 30. I purchased this bag quite some years ago for $15.95 back when I was still in college. So I did a lot of saving to get this bag. But again, I'm very happy with it. $15.95 in the current resale market is a very good price for this bag, especially in the condition that mine is in. And it is one of my two Kusama pieces because I showed you my Papillon a little while ago. This is my Louis Vuitton presidential briefcase. It is a hard-sided briefcase. Probably one of the coolest pieces I have in my collection. It is very heavy, so I'm not going to be waving it around too much. I considered using this piece for a briefcase, but it's not really viable. That's how I ended up getting my Louis Vuitton port documents. But this is one of those really nice sort of coffee table items that you see a lot of people with, and I found this for $900. So very, very good price for this piece. And the last item on our journey, again, the last item should be my Crazy and Lock bracelet, but I'd have to find it. But the last item on our journey now is my Louis Vuitton Speedy 30 in Multicolor Noir. What a great piece to end on. Another one of those classic quintessential Louis Vuitton pieces. It features my favorite placement and it's absolutely beautiful. I purchased this bag quite a few years ago for $9.95 and I absolutely adore it. This was, I think, my very first Multicolor Noir handbag that I purchased. It's stunning. The condition is stunning. And it is just one of those quintessential must-have Louis Vuitton collector items. So, thank you guys so much for watching and staying with me for all 5 parts. Again, I promised to show you guys nearly 100 Louis Vuitton items, and I'm pretty sure I delivered on that. I don't think I'm at quite 100, but it's probably like pushing 80. So, you know, hopefully I delivered on that. And I hope you got to maybe learn some things or see some items that you haven't seen before, or, you know, see some of your unicorns that were also my unicorns. And, you know, hopefully you enjoyed yourself. This is always one of my favorite videos to film. It's taken me about 3 days to film all 5 parts. It is a bit tiring because I try to give each filming my all as far as sharing information and, you know, being energetic. So it does take some time and some energy out of me, but it's always worth it. And as always, if you'd like to see more of my collection or content, hop over to Instagram and follow at the Louis Vuitton Princess. If you'd like to shop, consign, or source with me, hop over to Shop LV Princess on Instagram. And as always, if you're looking for an authenticator, visit Leah's Luxuries on Instagram and use code the LVP20 to save 20% on your service. And the last little note I'll leave you guys here on, because my phone's gonna die, is, again, this whole collection is one that I have built in under 10 years. It is mostly pre-loved with 2 items purchased new, or 2 handbags purchased new from the store. And this is my self-made collection. No handouts, anything like that. This is the dream that I made possible. And I say that to say that you can do it too. If there's something that you're interested in or something that you love, really take the time to invest in yourself, and what might start off as a very small hobby might end up becoming something that's a big part of your life that makes you happy.